We have the power, everybody, and Mattel knows it. Hey guys, Jay, welcome back to the channel. So guys, this is the day, yes, this is the day that the fans truly have the power. Guys, today, open up the voting for the Fan Vote 2023 Eternia Choice. This is where the Masters Universe fans get to choose the next crowdsourced project for MattelCreations.com. Guys, let's take a deep dive and see which items made it on the ballot for today's selections. And I gotta tell you, I'm super excited at what showed up on this ballot, particularly because there were some well-known items that everyone was expecting, but some of these items were absolutely far left field and I had no idea what to expect. One of them was absolutely insane. Let's have a look, everybody. If we head over to MattelCreations.com, they have started the day off with a crazy announcement, guys. Check it out, everybody. Yes, indeed. Lady Slither has entered the scene, everybody. In 6 days, 23 hours, 20 minutes, the Snake Men Charmer will be up for pre-order, launching September 12th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. This is going to be crazy, guys, but we're going to get to that in a separate video. What I wanted to talk about in this particular video is something ridiculous and absolutely amazing, which we've been anticipating for a little while. You guys might remember that last week, the Masters of the Universe official Facebook page teased us with Eternia's Choice, letting us know that the fans of Eternia have the power to shape the next Master Universe crowdfund project, and to tune in Tuesday, September 5th to learn how they can cast their vote for the next made-to-order large-scale MOTU item. Well, this morning at 9 a.m. Pacific time, it all came to a head. They posted this article, and I gotta tell you, this literally blew my mind, everybody. Holy crap. By the power of Grayskull, it's Eternia's Choice. Throughout this week, you have the chance to vote on your top 2 choices for our next made-to-order large-scale item. The voting will close Sunday, September 10th at 11:59 p.m. Pacific time, so make sure you weigh in now. Head over to this link here to cast your vote. What are you waiting for? This is crazy, guys. Let's take a deep dive into some of these choices, because I gotta tell you, these are blowing my mind, and I think a lot of us have been anticipating some of these choices for a very long time. The first choice, which really caught my attention, it's the Attak Trak, guys, but not just any Attak Trak. This is the Filmation style Attak Trak. Oh my god, guys, this is crazy. This is absolutely nuts. And if we take a deeper dive, is that what I think it is? Is that the original Attak Trak coming out of the back of the new Attak Trak? What is going on? Oh my goodness, guys, this is ridiculous. You can see a scale comparison here. I mean, there is a Master Universe, I can only assume, Origins figure coming out of the back with the stylized version of the original Attak Trak, I'm thinking. And then if we look in the back, we can see just how big this new Attak Trak is. Oh my god, this thing is absolutely huge. It really is harkening to the Attak Trak. It really does look like the Attak Trak that was featured in the Filmation version. The canopy seems to open here like it did in the TV show. We can see all the wonderful details here from the show itself as well. I love the fact that it actually could possibly come with firing missiles. That is so wonderful. And they just look like those crazy missiles that came with like the little walking robots that we had as kids. I love the callbacks to all these wonderful toys from the past. And if I'm not mistaken, does this look like it's going to be motorized? Oh my god, guys. Could we dream? Could we hope? Could we ever get an actual motorized Attak Trak once again in our collections? This is crazy, everybody. The first is going to be the Attak Trak from Mattel Creations. And it's not like we haven't seen glimpses of this. Thanks to our good friends over at Radical Toys on YouTube, Adam over there gave us the first glimpse of a Filmation-style Attak Trak and what the possibilities could be. Adam featured this incredible model, which is available on cults3d.com, created by ANGELICOMEN, a wonderful designer who modeled this and made it available for anyone to download. For only $14 US, you can download this and 3D print this one yourself. It is something else, and as you can see just how big this is, I mean, look at all of these Master Universe Origins figures crawling around this thing. It's absolutely huge. Is this something, or at least a concept, that we can hope for in this new version, which is a possible choice for the next Mattel Creations crowdsourced project? Guys, this is just insane. Huge thanks thanks to ANGELICOMEN for giving us this wonderful glimpse. And another huge shout out goes out to our friends over at Radical Toys. Guys, definitely give Radical Toys a like and a follow. Tell them that Jay sent you. The next option on the ballot, oh my gosh, guys, it is the House of Slither. That's right, Lady Slither's domain. This is crazy, everybody. Look at this playset. Oh my gosh. It has everything that we were expecting. Roy Juarez made sure to give us a glimpse of the Snake Lair. And as is tradition with the Master Universe Origins backing cards, it was definitely something we could expect in the future. And we now realize that this is now in the running for the next Mattel Creations crowdsource project. Comparing this to the illustration which we saw on Fangor's backing card art, we can see that this is just one half of the castle folded up. Many of the design elements that they actually incorporated into this illustration are probably taken as inspiration from the mock-up which is made here. Zooming in, we can see the giant viper in the middle with the two vipers on its left and right, realizing the wonderful snake logo. Below that, we can see the portcullis with the gate dropped down, defending the keep. On the right-hand side, we see what appears to be a Iron Maiden of sorts, snake heraldry everywhere. We can see a defensive positioning ledge with a gun turret, and moving up we can even see that defensive ledge which also doubles as a handle to carry away this wonderful playset. What appears to be a prisoner's rack where you can position any of the Master Universe figures, two hands and the head pointing through the middle of the rack itself. This concept looks amazing, and of course referenced here in the actual illustration on Fangor's backing card. It really does bring it to life in this wonderfully depicted artwork. On the other side, we see even more details. This is the back of the castle once folded up, and we can see that there's a prison cell, an additional snake heraldry here symbolizing that you are a prisoner of the Snake Men. We can see several portraits immortalized in stone, and these are very interesting depictions of almost Medusa type of creatures. We see an actual Medusa with her snake-riddled hair. And we also see a reptilian version of the same character, perhaps, but this time, the snakes are slightly more subdued, and it has more of a viper's appearance with its shroud. Moving further down, we see more snake heraldry, vipers at the ready to strike, and a staircase leading up to the jail cell. This is amazing, everybody. And this could be your choice for the next Mattel Creations crowdsource project. And I did want to give a tip of the hat to Taylor Cameron's designs, who originally tried to depict the Snake Lair House of Slither all the way back during the time of the Master Universe Classics versions. This is absolutely amazing. At the time Stuart Cameron was working at Mattel, he and Axel Jimenez had probably put this concept together through consultations, and honestly, I think you can see a lot of inspiration being drawn from here into the current design. The next choice for the crowdsource project is something that really threw me for a loop. It is the Doom Tower playset. What is this? What is this? Oh my gosh. Guys, this is probably going to be as close as we're ever going to get to a Filmation-inspired Fright Zone. This is crazy. Huge tip of the hat once again goes to Stuart Cameron for this wonderful concept design that he did all the way back during the Master Universe Classics era. Now, Stuart's design was much more elaborate. It literally took inspiration from the Filmation cartoon, pretty much bringing in all these elements and also incorporating the actual Fright Zone right in the front, giving it that vintage style look as well as incorporating the overall Fright Zone appearance, which is incredible. This playset, on the other hand, it seems to be a bit of a mix and kind of a lot of compromises for the Horde playset. This Doom Tower seems to be more or less a stripped down version of Cameron's original design. If we look here, we can see that Cameron had the main tower depicting all of these wonderful armatures while keeping everything rather slender in its overall nature. There is a bit of expansion on the left and the right, but it really was the tower which was the centerpiece of this entire set. We can see multiple armatures on the left and the right, really bringing back that whole idea of the She-Ra Filmation cartoon. This version seems to be a bit more stripped down. There still are some wonderful armatures that are extending from the tower itself, but we can see now that there is actually a slime pit oozing from what appeared to be a mouth on the front of the castle, very similar to the way it's depicted here, as well as in the Filmation cartoon. There seems to be a set of windows which look almost like an insect's eyes. That is a new addition when compared to Cameron's designs. in which he just had these two black surfaces here and the Horde logo right in the middle depicting the Omni Eye that was featured in the Filmation cartoon. Throughout this first opening, we can see that ooze is just literally dripping from the front of the castle, which I think would be achieved much the same way they did in the Master Universe Classics Snake Mountain. This is amazing. There's an entrance into the castle from the right-hand side if you're looking from the front. And moving upwards, we can see those armatures once again reaching towards the sky, very similar to the way Cameron had depicted them in his original concept here. Then we move all the way to the top of the tower, which really is indicative of the overall concept, as well as the features that were on the She-Ra cartoon. Moving to the back, this is where things get really interesting. We see a chamber here, which is eerily similar to a energy draining chamber. It even has an illustration of a person and an energy gauge on the right-hand side. Stuart Cameron had actually indicated this here in his original design, making it more of a cube-like dimension with He-Man inside of it and the draining apparatus on the right-hand side. This is wonderfully thought out, and this type of toyetic thinking really is incorporating all of the elements as well as the type of budgeting that is required to make this set a reality. We can see this drop-down ladder, which is kind of strange, but is very indicative of the type of Master of the Universe design aesthetic for playsets. Moving up, we see the actual platform where it leads to, along with a control console, a weapons rack, and the most interesting part here is the stairway leading up to a throne. Yes, guys, this is probably the first idea for Hordak's throne room. Going back to Stuart Cameron's designs, we can see that he actually had an entire throne room laid out for the Horde's minions to be at the foot of the staircase, leading all the way up to Hordak's throne, where Shadow Weaver and the two priests of Horde Prime were waiting. This again is more of a stripped down version of that idea, but I still love the concept, and the execution itself is very toyetic in terms of its overall traditions for Master Universe, and I really can't fault them for that. This is another option for fans to vote on for the next Mattel Creations crowdsourced project. The Horde really does take center stage with these options because the very next one is more traditional and I think what everyone was actually expecting. The Fright Zone concept finally makes its appearance, updated from the original vintage versions all the way back in the 80s. They made a number of additions and upgrades to this version of the Fright Zone. As we can see in the original version of the Fright Zone, there really wasn't much to it. Zooming in here, we have the snake puppet, which kids could wear and utilize as a trap for unsuspecting Eternians trying to gain entry into the Fright Zone. It had the jail cell, which was on the left-hand side, a stairwell leading all the way up to the Fright Zone tree, which could trap its unwilling victims in its branches, a number of birds which were depicted to be standing guard, letting Hordak and his minions know that someone was attacking. This was, in all honesty, a very small playset compared to Castle Grayskull or Snake Mountain, but it was still a lot of fun for kids back in the 80s. This new updated edition has really given it a lot more thought, and we can see a bunch of add-ons and upgrades. We can see that the serpent has been retained, hiding in his cave, ready to strike. It's not really clear whether it's going to be a puppet or whether it's going to be an actual figure which pops out. That will be very interesting. You can see the jail cell, which does retain the original Hordak's head logo at the top. If we zoom in closer, we can actually see that there's an additional trap door, which was not present in the original version of the Fright Zone. And this is a wonderful upgrade. It really does give that overall Master Universe feel, considering that both Castle Grayskull and Snake Mountain did have trapdoor features, which is kind of similar to the mechanism they're going to be using for the Eternia trapdoor as well. Moving down further, we can see that on the other side of the jail cell, this time there's actually a set of doors which you can use to open up and release your figures. It looks like it's even got some sort of cracked play feature where perhaps you blow it open, almost as if He-Man busted himself out of jail. A few other additional features. The tree itself is retained, and I imagine that the arms will still capture unsuspecting Eternians. There seems to be a Venus flytrap sort of creature on the left-hand side. Not sure if there are any additional gimmicks on this, but it does look very interesting. And if we go into the courtyard, we can actually see that there is a stone monster hiding inside of the floor itself. Not sure exactly what type of play gimmick would be here. More than likely, he'll just be a removable feature which you can add in later. Origin-style pegs, similar to what they did for Snake Mountain and the 2 serpents in the acid pool pit. I'm hoping that this particular version of the Fright Zone is a little bit bigger. After all, the original set was not that big. You could barely fit a single character into the jail cell. It was still a lot of fun, but this one really does need to be bigger if it's going to be a crowdsourced project. And I really am wondering what we're looking at in terms of overall pricing for any of these options. The Fright Zone is another option for fans to vote on for the next Mattel Creations crowdsourced project. Mattel is finishing off strong here, guys, introducing the Horde Command Crawler. What? What are you talking about? Oh my god, guys, this is absolutely crazy. And I gotta tell you, whoever put this together is a huge fan of the Filmation series, because honestly, this looks like a toyetic version of the Command Crawler, which was depicted in the Filmation cartoon. I mean, almost 1-to-1. Obviously, the Filmation cartoon really had it slimmed down. It was much more, again, animation ready. There weren't as many details here. It was very, very slick. Looking at this, it's literally like somebody took this cell and actually attributed it to this design. Look at this, guys. Holy crap, this is insane. Here we can see the face open, depicting an actual staircase leading into the tank itself. We can see the size comparison here with an actual Horde figure, Master Universe Origins, I'm assuming. This is ridiculous. Looking up here, we can see that it comes with this crazy cannon right at the front, very much like it was depicted in the Filmation series. We can see the additional armament at the top here. The Horde insignias everywhere, depicting, of course, which faction it's with. Not like you couldn't tell right off the bat. It's got these crazy treads, spikes everywhere, and just riddled with wonderful detail all over this freaking tank. This is absolutely incredible. And if that wasn't menacing enough, I mean, it's got Hordak's face right here in the front. Oh my gosh, this is just ridiculous. Holy crap, everybody. This is a beautiful concept for something which I don't think any of us actually expected would ever be put into toyetic form. This is crazy. And as I said earlier, it literally looks like they took it right off of this one still frame from the She-Ra. Off this one still frame from the She-Ra cartoon. This is crazy. All of these wonderful choices being given to us by Mattel for their next Mattel Creations made-to-order crowdsource project. Getting into some details, though, heading back to the Master Universe official Facebook page, there is a link which you can click to cast your vote for any of these wonderful playsets and or vehicles. Clicking on this leads you over to SurveyMonkey, and here are some important points that we have to take away from this. MOTU collectors, the MOTU team is pleased to announce Eternia's choice. You have the power to shape the next Master Universe crowdfund project by voting for your top 2 choices from the options below. The voting window closes Sunday, September 10th at 11:59 p.m. Pacific time, so vote now. That's right, guys. This Sunday is the last day to vote for your choice for the Mattel Creations Eternia's Choice crowdfund project. Once again, the options are the Filmation style Attak Trak, the Doom Tower, which depicts a more Filmation style of Fright Zone. And I do have to say, I didn't mention this earlier, but could this be part 1 of additional playsets which stack on top to complete the full tower of the Fright Zone? That would be absolutely amazing. The updated 80s edition version of the Fright Zone with additional features. The incredible Horde Crawler tank. Oh my god, this is crazy. And I think this will be very popular in the voting, along with the Attak Trak. And finally, the House of Slither Snake Lair. Wow, guys, this is a crazy set of options for fans. And I gotta tell you, I know which ones I'm going to be voting for. I'm not going to tell you today. You guys are going to have to find out. And we are all going to find out which of these 2 make it into the final choices. Sunday, September 10th is the deadline to vote for this round of voting. Guys, don't forget, you have up to 2 choices. If you do only 1, it probably does make it easier for them to narrow it down for the final vote. So guys, make your choices carefully. Oh my god! This is it, everybody. This is it. This is the Fan Choice Vote 2023 Eternia's Choice for the Master Universe crowdfund crowdfund project on Mattel Creations, guys. This is absolutely nuts. Let me know in the comment section below, which of these items are you voting for in 2023? I mean, come on, guys. A Filmation style Attak Trak, the House of Slither, the original updated version of the Fright Zone, a freaking Tower of Doom, which in my eyes looks like it's only one portion of a full Filmation style Fright Zone, and of course we have the Horde Trooper Carrier. I mean, this is just crazy, guys. This is nuts. Let me know in the comment section below which one you guys are voting for. Guys, if you enjoyed this type of content, please consider subscribing to the channel. I post up to 2 episodes a week and hope you guys enjoy. And don't forget to hit that bell notification so you guys will always know when new episodes are posted. And if you're in the position to help out the channel, guys, please consider checking out my Patreon page. It's MegaJRetro on Patreon. Guys, the patrons and channel members of this channel help me make wonderful episodes every single week, and I couldn't do without them. They are the best. Thank you so much for your support, everyone. It really means the world to me. Guys, I hope you're all doing well, staying safe. And as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. We have the power, everyone. Truly, we have the power, and Mattel knows it. Good journey, everyone. Geek proud. I want to give a huge shout out to all my Patreon and channel member supporters. Thank you so much, everybody. It's thanks to your support that this channel continues to grow, and I really could not have done this without you. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for your support, guys. It really means a lot and really helps the channel to keep growing.